Hello, guys. I just wanted to tell you a couple stories about the amazing wolves that are at Shadowland Foundation. And that is where I am having the wolf retreat where you get to actually hug the wolves and get big, healing, sloppy wolf kisses. And they run all around, and it's a beautiful space in the mountains. And I cannot wait to have this time in the mountains with the wolves, with a beautiful circle of people. But I'll tell you the story now. So I met the wolves when I think it was 2015 when we started the new year with a blue moon in January. And so whenever there's a blue moon in January, I always call it the blue year. And I do something I've never done every month. So 12 new things I've never done that I always wanted to that year. And so January started with the wolves. I'd never met a pack of wolves before, and I thought that would be cool. Little did I know it would just, I would, the whole trajectory of my life would change in a beautiful way. And so I met the wolves, and I really like bonded with a wolf named Freedom. And I still have his fur in this beautiful pouch that was made by the natives in that land. And there's freedom fur in here, and there's like beautiful little shells and like things that really help to guide me and keep me grounded. And so I had this around my neck when I was going through my cancer diagnosis and that whole journey. And I was at a crossroads because there was one doctor that was telling me that we can't do your surgery laparoscopically. I'm going to have to make a 9-inch incision in your body, and we're going to have to do I mean, it just sounded horrible. Everything that he was saying had to be done with me. Then I had another doctor, a woman who I trusted a lot more, saying like, "Oh, we can do this with a laparoscopic. We've got these." It was City of Hope. I mean, it's a bigger, awesome hospital, but what the doctor told me was just going around like I was ruminating on it, because when you get a cancer diagnosis, you want to get it right. You don't want to like half-ass something and then end up with cancer later, right? So he was telling me there's no way, blah, blah, and then she's like, yes, of course we can. So I was still stuck, and I wasn't sure, like, do I go with the guy who's kind of an ass, but has scared me into thinking I have to do it his way, or do I go with the woman who like 100% believes that we can do it the way that I want to do it? And so I remember being in the at City of Hope, just really torn, and I was making a second scheduling a second appointment with that surgeon, and really figuring out, like, am I going to continue doing this or just keep the surgery I already had scheduled with this guy, right? And I remember looking at the scheduler's computer screen, which was faced towards me, and I saw not just a picture of a wolf, but literally Freedom, my favorite guy. Like this wolf that is like literally tattooed on my body. And I just started just bawling, because I asked my spirit guides that morning, like, give me a sign. I need like a real sign, not like a heart-shaped rock or a feather, because I find those like almost every day, right? I need something that screams, you're okay going to City of Hope, and you're not going to die, because that's where I was, right? And then freedom, to see freedom on that screen, like I knew that that was his way of showing me, and my guide's way of showing me, like, you're going to be fine at City of Hope. You can get laparoscopic surgery, and you'll get everything that you want within your cancer journey, which was, I didn't want to have treatment. And this guy was telling me, you're going to have all this treatment afterwards, and you're going to be in here for years getting things. I didn't want that, but I also didn't want cancer anymore, right? With City of Hope, I was able to, yeah, I'm cancer free for 6 years now, and I got everything I wanted within that journey, laparoscopic, no treatment afterwards. And I feel like this wolf, Freedom, has 100% led me the right way. Another thing that happened more recently, it was this December. I got so sick, you guys. I had like 103.7 fever temperature. I don't think I've ever had one that high before. And I was getting scared because I was like sick for weeks. And it wasn't COVID. I tested for COVID. I don't know what it was, but it was all in my chest. And like I was thinking, like, do I need to go to the doctor? I might need to go to the ER. I don't know what's happening. If this gets any worse, if it goes above 103.7, like 104, I'm there. That night, again, I called out to my guides and I just asked for help. And I was like, please help me. I don't know what to do. I was like raking myself. I was doing all the right things. I was resting, drinking water. It just kept getting higher and higher. That night, I dreamt about the wolves. And it wasn't necessarily freedom, but it was just all of them. And they were all around me. And it was just so real. It was one of those dreams where you actually feel the thing happening. I could feel their fur as I was petting them, hear their howls. And when I woke up, I checked my temperature and it was down to the regular, 98. And I felt so much better. And that was when I finally like started getting better very rapidly, right? So I do feel that the wolves came and helped me through that situation as well. And there's so many others, but I don't want to like take up a bunch of your time with this video. But these wolves are so super important to me, and I am so excited to share them with you. I am doing a smaller group, so we only have 5 spots left, but it's going to be on the weekend of the summer solstice. It's also a full moon, and the wolves will be howling and they will be licking you and loving on you. And I would love to have you join. We have a early bird special happening right now, only until the 31st of this month. So once April 1st comes, it jumps up to 444. Right now it's at 397. So jump on now before it sells out, because there's only 5 left, but also before the rate goes up. If you have any questions about the logistics of going to this, it's only about an hour and 15 minutes away from Pasadena area. It's near the mountains where the 5 and Magic Mountain are. So it's very, you could do it in a day trip. And I'm starting it in the morning and ending it before the sun goes down, so you guys can get back down the mountain if you want to. Or there are some really cool, funky like Airbnbs and places to stay in the area. Make it a whole weekend. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions, and I would love to see you with this healing, magical pack of wolves.